Let's Talk Stroke. I am your host and stroke survivor, Jerry Wald. For those of you that are new here to this show, the reason I started doing this is to bring awareness to stroke, TBI, aphasia, um, brain injury. I also wanted to provide a platform for all survivors to share their journeys from all across the world, and literally they're from all up across the world, and also bringing on experts in brain health so they can share their knowledge for us to learn, which there's so much to learn about the brain and stroke and all brain injury. Um, so please welcome our guest, Donna. I am Eddie. Yes. Well, and Donna's going to be sharing her journey, what she's been going through, and also talking about her fitness. And she's a fitness professional, online coach, and owner of Donna Aerobics. But we'll get into that. So please ask questions, make comments, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is Let's Talk Stroke, and hit the notification button, and then we'll go from there. So please ask questions. Good morning, Zane. Nice to see you. So let's go ahead and get started.
Telling me to dance, taking a chance. Telling me to dance.
All righty. Okay. Good morning, everybody, and thank you for being here, and appreciate it. And Zane, nice to see you. Hope all is going well with you. So anyway, let's go ahead and bring on Donna, and we'll talk about her story and see what's going on with her. So good morning, Donna.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you're
That's
dialing it in from.
that's
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. That's right. Yeah. Serena there from Nova Scotia, Canada. Nice to
Hi,
see you.
Serena.
I'm not real
Hi,
good at
Zane.
where everybody's from, So good morning, John, and appreciate that you're here. So wow, Donna. So you are in Puerto Rico.
Yes,
Awesome, awesome.
I am.
And
So do you want to ask me questions or do I? Yeah.
yeah, well, you know what? Let's go ahead and start. Who's Donna before you're coming up on 12 years, or you just passed 12 years having your stroke. So who was Donna before your stroke?
Uh, Donna was many things. Oh God, my stroke anniversary was yesterday,
Yeah.
March 8th, 2011.
Okay.
Who Donna was before. I still am a mother, sister, daughter, friend, fitness trainer, um, bookkeeper, accountant. Um, yeah, I had a um, fashion passion for fitness. I've been teaching fitness since I'm 19 years old.
Wow.
And I owned a brick-and-mortar business,
Yeah.
DonnAerobics, in 1999. No, 1995 in Staten Island, New York. I'm
Nice.
originally from Staten Island, New York, as you can tell my accent because I don't have a Puerto Rican accent. Um, but I enjoy teaching fitness to women, especially to see the experience they get from fitness, the energy they acquire, the self-esteem they acquire,
Right.
lack of depression, hormones set in, release, and they become elated and vibrant. And I love hanging around those people, and I love when I take a woman who is out of shape, unhealthy, and bring it to health and well-being. So
Yeah.
that's who I am. Correct me if I forgot something, but I am a fitness trainer, and I'm divorced. But I had two children, two adult children. 32 Bobby is, and 30 years old Christy is. Bobby's in a CPA, and
Uh,
Christy's uh, oh God, uh,
I understand.
yeah, guidance, a guidance counselor. Yeah, I'm so proud of my two children.
That's awesome.
They come a long way. Yeah.
That it's so that's pretty awesome. I do want to say for a couple things here. I know there's a lot of people that are watching on the sidelines here. Like I'm gonna let me just like
Okay.
Anne, Vivian, Paul, Nicole,
Wow.
Angela. If you guys go to, if you could hear me, go to Let's Talk Stroke on YouTube, and then you can make comments and see it because you're. I don't know how this happens, but so you guys, I think you're all Donna's friends, and I appreciate you guys being here. So if you just like get off this side and go right to Let's Talk Stroke on YouTube, you guys can make comments and then Donna could see you. That would be great. So hopefully you all heard this. So we'll see you on the. So Paul, if you go on to Let's Talk Stroke, you could on YouTube you could make comments. Here you're sitting kind of like in the background there. I don't know if Donna could see him, but
No, I tried to get you up on my computer. Let's talk. Oh, I got into the wrong.
which
Let's talk stroke. I went into Stroke Academy by accident.
yeah,
Okay.
that's okay. I do see Shy. Nice to see you, Cheryl, Jessica. Sorry if I haven't said hi to you guys. Lana, Tammy Straight, Jessica Joy. There we go. You guys are doing this. I see you on here. Vivian, do you see?
Okay.
Can you see the comments there? So yeah, Angela, you guys all go to Let's Talk Stroke. You should be able to find it pretty darn easy, and then you can make comments. You too, Ann. I see you out there. Um, uh,
Wait.
you get. I know it's funny how this all
Oh,
worked out. I don't know what's going on there. Okay, pink
you just
waving.
keep talking because I have to put my cell phone on silent.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah. So, um, Nicole, Nicole, you are. Look at that. You are
Let's
Donna's sister, or right? Or I am Eddie.
no, I
Uh,
oh oh my niece.
your
Let's
niece.
yeah,
Yeah.
tell her to go on YouTube
Yeah. Nice to
or
see you
she
guys here. And it's just easier to go there. Yeah, Jerry can do it. Anyone can. That's right, John. Yeah. And when you go to YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. Just trying to gain momentum on that. But anyway, yeah, it's pretty awesome.
okay.
Niece, there you go. Thank you. And Anne, if you can pop right on there, because I still see you in the background here. Can you go right to YouTube? Look at this. And Vincent, look at this. This is so funny. This is happening.
White Garish.
Yeah, they're
Okay,
all in
so
the
I
background. They,
I see them on YouTube, on your channel. So
yes,
I see them too. So I
perfect.
got what you have.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. So,
Okay.
so what was there a reason why you're? I mean, was there any kind of leading up to your stroke, like a warning sign or anything?
Yeah, no, but back to who I was. I just told you the good part of me. Um, I was also going through a bad time. Um, I don't know. I
Sure.
was carrying a lot of anger, stress, and I was smoking and
Yeah.
drinking a lot. Um, but I was doing that for 5 to 7 years.
Right.
Then I decided I needed help and I was gonna get help.
Yeah.
And when I got help, um, I accepted it and I went to outpatient and AA. And then all of a sudden, 87 days into my sobriety, I was still smoking cigarettes.
Sure.
I was cutting back. So I was smoking 2 packs a day when I was drinking, and I was down to 10 cigarettes a day when I wasn't drinking. So I was, you know, um, getting rid of one bad habit at a time. But I still smoked, and 87 days into my sobriety, I fell asleep. I went to a meeting and after dinner with friends, and I fell asleep that night. And in my sleep, I had a major stroke. So nothing was wrong with me prior to that, but I did have heart surgery the year before,
Oh, okay.
and I worked in Long Island. 2011, I had the stroke, and 2006 to 2008, I worked in Long Island, um, Mediola, Long Island. I worked for my uncle as an accountant and or bookkeeper, and it was that's the beginning of the end for me because it was so stressful driving out there, driving over the way home from Staten Island. So I was driving about 4 hours a day
That's a lot. Yeah.
and working, and I had to learn my job, but I was determined and I lasted for about 2.5 years, but my drinking just escalated from there, you
Yeah.
know. So when I had the stroke, I didn't know what, you know, um, when I had the stroke, I didn't know what was going on. I only thought I wasn't feeling good.
Yeah.
So I woke up. I remember waking up and getting out of my bed, and I was looking in the mirror, because I knew something wasn't right. Um, but I never knew what a stroke was because nobody in my family or friends had a stroke. Um, so I didn't know what was wrong with me. So I only equated to I wasn't feeling good. And Thursday morning when I woke up and I had the stroke, I was supposed to teach a class at Intox Fitness.
Wow.
Where
Yeah.
there's 30 or 40 women in the class, and I couldn't even call anybody. So I was able to get up right away, but then as time went on, I fell. And my father said, I lived with my father at the time. Donna, are you okay? And I said, yeah. I could talk, and I said, yeah, yeah. And still didn't know what was going on.
Right.
Didn't I don't know, but so I was in my room for 2 whole days.
Yeah. Crazy.
I
Wow.
know, you
Yeah.
know, looking back, I don't like talking about mm, story,
No, no. I totally understand it.
but no, but when I do, I get emotional. I remember me smoking, and I was still smoking in my bed, and you know, but not many cigarettes. But my phone, it was a cell phone, and I called my sponsor at the time. I was able to call her. I could only use my left hand, and I couldn't talk. So
Right.
she picked up the phone, and I said,
That's all you can
uh,
do.
yeah. So she's like, Donna, are you all right? Donna, are you all right? And that was all I can do. And I don't know if she hung up the phone or I hung up the phone. You, you know,
Yeah.
my speech gets worse with my emotions. So I got to calm down.
Right.
Um, so then she said she, she's um, passed away now. That
Right.
lady I'm telling you about, she
Sure.
she did good for me, but she passed away. So she said, I went over to your house and I was banging on the door, but I couldn't hear her because my father's house was 2 levels, and I
Wow.
was in the back of the house in my room. My father lived downstairs, but it was the same house, but we passed like passing ships to the night. He went out, he did his thing. I went out and did my thing. So my so she was knocking out. My father must have not been home. And that was one night. one 24 hours. Then the second 24 hours, my friend had called my father or the security in my father's complex and said, I haven't heard from Donna.
Wow.
And I think something is wrong because I went with her to a meeting 2 nights ago and we went out to eat and, you know, I was sober, I was happy, I was getting my life together. And all of a sudden, my father knocked on my door. He didn't even knock on my door. He said, Donna. And I, you know, I was talking like that. And he walked in. He said, were you drinking? No, you know, I couldn't talk.
Right,
Oh,
right.
God.
Did the doctors blame it on smoking?
Yeah.
They did. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So eventually my father took me down the steps and took, you know, he was a nervous wreck. He was 70 something years old. And, you know, he came home and his daughter, you know, his
Yeah.
wife had passed away 3 years ago. So he was dealing with his daughter and, you know, he took me to the hospital and he passed away and so did my mother. But I remember he saying, my daughter, you know,
Oh,
it was traumatic.
absolutely.
Um, and I was just in my stroke mode, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a strong woman, but having a stroke kick my ass,
Yeah. Absolutely.
you know, down. And so they immediately, you know, rushed me into, you know, the back ICU, you know, the emergency room, and they determined I had a stroke, an ischemic stroke.
Right.
That's what it was, an ischemic stroke. Um, but yeah, so I was in the hospital um, for a week before they sent me to Mount Sinai and
Yeah.
rehab, and I was determined, you know,
Yeah. You
it
were.
was hard. My hand is still affected, my right hand.
Yeah.
My speech is getting better, but you know,
Yeah.
it
You
is
have
what
those
it is.
moments. You have those moments, and
Yeah,
is your right leg because it affected your right side.
right side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your dominant side.
So my right leg at times I drag my foot, you
Yeah.
know, my
Right.
leg, you know, but I try not, you know, to show anybody. I try to be super mom or
Yeah.
super Donna or, you know, super woman for
Sure.
my kids and my clients, but I'm not superwoman. Nobody is except God, you know.
Yeah.
God got me through, you know. You know, when I said when I went into the hospital and I went into AA and I, you know, my higher power, my Lord was there.
Right.
And I said, God doesn't want me to end my life. You know, He wants me to keep on keeping on so I can show other people who might be in my situation that
Yeah.
don't have to give up,
Right.
you
Right.
know.
Right. Um, I still see on your right side. You could see the comments, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're out there. There's a there's a bunch of men. On the side, I still see Angela. If you can go to YouTube, Let's Talk Stroke, I still could see.
Yeah,
Um,
Angela is one of my clients, and Ann is one of my clients. But I don't want to say it. They're older, but they're not, you know, YouTube savvy or you know. So
yeah,
I don't know.
or get on Facebook. Facebook and because I could see on this side, no one can see you. Like Ann, Vinny, um, Linda. I can see a bunch of you on the sidelines over there. So if
Uh,
you know how to get to YouTube or Facebook, um,
Hi Nicole. Hi Vivian.
can you
Hi
just see
Ray.
them on the side?
What? I see Vivian and Nicole, but I don't see Ann and Angela.
Yeah,
But
or
I
Vinny.
want to say good morning to your audience
Absolutely.
because, you know, a whole audience in case I forget to say your name.
Yeah,
Yeah. So,
yeah,
you know, it's been 12 years. So, you know, but at first, I want to talk about at first for people who are here new to stroke.
Yes.
I was so fearful. I was so afraid. Um, you know, I would watch my back. It's so weird being a regular person, then having a stroke, not being able to eat or swallow, drink, talk, or yeah, it's I don't know how to describe it. You had a stroke.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a crazy situation. I mean, I always say it is not for the weak, that's for sure. And it is kind of, well, kind of, it is scary to go through this. And you had the same feeling as me. You didn't know what a stroke was.
No.
Yeah, crazy. I mean,
And and when I was on the floor and I couldn't get up right away,
yes,
I had one side working and I still have one side working. But I said, "Eh, God, if you're ready to take me, I'm ready to go because I just surrendered
yes,
because there was nothing I could do in my room. I couldn't call up anybody, and my phone ran out of battery. And you know, I want to say that because I went to the bathroom, then I fell in the bathroom. I fell
wow.
because I couldn't. I got to the bathroom. I don't know how, and I went downstairs because I think I was hungry, and I went downstairs. I don't know how, but I the last I was in my room for 2 days. So the last 36 hours, I didn't get out of my bed. And when I had to go to the bathroom, I just went on my bed. I
Yeah,
peed in my bed because, oh, well, oh, God,
yeah, yeah,
that's a reality,
it is. It,
you know.
yeah, people don't understand. Oh, you can go to that. No, you can't. I mean, it doesn't go like that. Then when you get to the hospital, they're bathing you. I mean, your pride is kind of like out of the window.
Yeah,
You just,
yes,
you know,
yes, yeah, yeah,
right? I mean,
yeah. You're just grateful to be alive.
right. Exactly. How long were you in the hospital?
A month.
A month. Okay.
Yeah, I was determined.
Yeah.
Determined.
Yeah.
I started walking after 3 days.
Wow. Good for
Yeah.
you.
And I started writing with my left hand right away.
Yeah. You have your notes,
Yeah, I have my
right?
notes. I write my left hand and I had to do everything. But to this day, I can't do my hair. Um, so, that was, you know, yeah, I had to learn how to do all over again, just like an infant. And when
Yeah.
my right hand grabs something, it's like a baby
Yeah.
because I can't remove my fingers right away.
Yeah.
Did you have that too?
Uh,
Where anything
absolutely.
you held, you you
Exactly.
couldn't. Yeah,
Right? You can't. I completely understand. And the thing is, the people out here, they know. I mean, for the most part, know that feeling of just you grab onto something and it's almost like you forget, and then you're, oh, I gotta release my, whatever you're holding. I know.
yeah, because your brain doesn't
Yeah.
connect to
Right.
your extremities. You know.
Yeah. But you were so it was a month in the hospital, and but
Yeah,
yeah, some of the comments like Serena saying, "Wow, 3 days in walking." That is true.
I attribute my quick recovery, first of all, to exercise.
Yeah,
I
fitness.
exercise and I had that mindset.
Yeah.
I had strong will, but I had God in my life too. Um, Prior to my stroke and prior to getting help for my drinking,
Yeah.
I was mad. I was mad at God. I said, I was mad at God.
Yeah.
But then, um, certain women who was my sponsor, Robin Marie, she led me to believe that there's God out there. And then Teresa led me to the Lord. And it was, it opened up. whole new arena for me. I trusted God now. I trusted him so much. I didn't blame God for my stroke. I didn't blame God for me not talking. I looked at it like a lesson, and
Right.
I wasn't going to give up. Then I joined YouTube. I made a YouTube channel after my stroke, same as you,
Yeah.
and I wanted to show people to never give up. And then I saw another woman who had a stroke on YouTube, but I didn't know what I wanted to do because I couldn't teach fitness anymore after my stroke right away because I just couldn't, you know.
Right.
I think it was a year and a month later that my
Oh,
boss at Intox let me teach my first fitness class. And I was so happy.
wow.
I
How was
was
that?
so happy.
How-
You know, it was good. I was a member, he allowed me to work out. He didn't charge me, I could go in and take any classes. And then our instructor didn't show up. And I said, I will teach.
Why not?
I don't know where I got the nerve from. And, but, I wasn't the same.
Yeah.
Jerry, I was always in front of the class.
Yeah.
Even when I took classes, now I was in back in the class.
When you had the stroke.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
I know
yeah.
the feeling. Did you ever go to, because I know that what you're saying, like the stroke support groups that I went to, in the beginning, I sat in the back. I didn't want to be called on. I was more embarrassed that I had a stroke. That's just how I felt.
Well, you know, I was beyond that point. I wasn't embarrassed, but I was.
Yeah.
If this would have happened in high school, I would have been mortified.
Yeah.
But I don't know why. I think life has taught me many lessons to throw away my pride,
Yeah.
or that Lord, I believe, in God and directing me, that I knew I was in alive for a reason, and
Yeah.
pride was in the picture. But in some cases, I was embarrassed. I'm not gonna lie. You know,
Right.
but um, I had no choice. It was either be embarrassed and stay home,
I know.
or show up and move forward.
And we know what you did. You show up
Yeah.
and move forward.
But
Wow.
yeah,
So
yeah,
you went. I was trying. I got excited when you were talking about Long Island because that's where I'm from. And
yeah,
but you went back and forth from Long Island to Staten Island. No.
yes,
Wow.
yes, yes. And even in the snowstorms.
Yeah.
But I had family in the Long Island. They used to say, stay with me. But I wanted to go home to my own house, smoke and drink like there was no tomorrow when I got home. It was my safe haven
Yeah.
until it wasn't safe haven anymore
Right.
because my drinking got too out of hand.
Yeah.
Um, and um, Before I stopped drinking, I hit my head a few times. I blacked out and I fell down. But I went to the hospital. They checked my brain. There was no.
Nothing.
But after I got sober, I I I think I was drinking wine every day.
Sure.
So the wine thins your blood.
Yeah.
So after I stopped drinking for 87 days, I think my blood must have thickened up and I got a clot.
Yeah.
I think, but I mentioned this to the doctor, and the doctor said, "Are you still smoking?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "Well, I got to blame the smoking." And I said, "All right, I wasn't gonna say anything. I was just at their beck and call because
Well, of course.
couldn't I couldn't stick up for myself.
Right.
And I gained weight. I gained 20 pounds after my stroke throughout the years because number one, I couldn't work out like I used
Yeah.
to. And when I did try to work out, I was exhausted. Like 20-minute workout, and I gave it my all. I was knocked out for 2 weeks.
Wow.
Literally. Yeah.
Mhm.
And it took me 8 years before I finally felt like I got my energy back somewhat.
Sure, better.
Yeah, 8
There's a
years.
yeah. Now, Shy, nice to see you from Norway. Any changes on exercise? He's asking. Helps? Question mark with you.
And you wait, what was that again?
I put it on the screen there if you could see it.
Any changes on exercise? No, I didn't change my exercise. I just modified what I was doing.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but exercise definitely 100% will
Right.
improve your state of being. 100%.
Yeah.
Um, because my hand still doesn't work, and I don't use my hand to pick up weights. I pick up my weights with my left hand,
Right.
and I put them inside my right hand, and I still lift up and down,
You've
do
got good
bicep
range of
curl.
motion.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
But my right arm, this is my stroke side,
Right.
of where I have my watch. But since I fell the first day, I couldn't lift up my arm. I couldn't lift up my arm. And I thought I can never lift it up again. But sure enough, I got shots and physical therapy, and I
Botox.
can lift up my arm. But my back wing
Right.
is dislocated. You know,
Yeah.
it's yeah, and I didn't know if that's from the stroke or a car accident I had after the stroke because I was weak on my right side, so the
Sure.
impact could have knocked, you know.
Yeah.
But no, exercise, even if you don't use weights, you move your body. Your muscles are meant to be exercised
Yes.
to protect your bones and your joints, and so that you have strength.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, I gotta hear your, I know someone could put it in, I could do it afterwards as well. These are how to get a hold of you with your websites, your Facebook, your Instagram. Um, so if you guys, anybody want to put those in the comments, I know there's some people out there that would probably do that. Put that in the comments, but otherwise, it is in the promotion that when I first did this, all the websites and Facebook, how to get a hold of Donna. If you want to join her class as well, because I mean, and you deal with do you deal with people younger than 40, or it's
Uh,
mostly over?
Over 40, but my daughter was in my class, and my niece, who is, oh, I can't hear you anymore. Okay. Oh,
Oh,
okay. Uh,
can
okay.
you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Could you hear me?
Yeah, I can, and I can see your
Okay.
comments, Salute.
I'm gonna um put my YouTube in the comments,
Oh, perfect. Yeah, yeah,
right? I
yes,
think I can.
exactly. And so, Viviana,
Yeah.
I hope I'm not butchering it, but you were saying you took classes with Donna, and you changed my life. Wow, that's wonderful.
Oh, thank you. Thank
That,
you, Vivian.
oh, Vivian,
So,
okay, that's
yeah, Viviana or Vivian.
okay.
Back to your question. I could train women under 40,
Right.
but I'm slow, so I just
I know.
equated. I say I teach
I know
people
what you're
on my
saying.
class, and I say my left side is the young side, like
Yeah,
29 years old, 30 years old, but my right side is 90 years old.
yeah,
So if you watch me on YouTube, you notice the difference.
yeah.
If you know,
Absolutely. I'll put you
but
on.
I
I'll put you on full screen here so you can show some of what you're doing there, right here. So I don't go away. There you are.
oh, okay,
So
yeah.
you're
So yeah, so yeah, so I teach classes. I teach when trendy, weight training, cardio. I customize programs for, you know, different lifestyles because not everybody sits down all day. Um, so I can train people under 40. That goes back to answering your
Yeah.
question.
And
Yeah.
is it Zoom? Is it on Zoom or when you do your class?
Yes. Yes, I do them on Zoom, but you can find me on Facebook and get in touch with me before or on my website. My website is DonnAerobic over 40. I'm gonna share that too,
Oh, perfect.
if you
Yeah.
don't mind.
No, no,
Yeah.
put it all. And then even after, I always go through and add things. And if I miss some questions, good morning, Kit. And
And
believe it or not,
I really appreciate you interviewing me and you doing what you do because I was into fitness. So when
yeah,
my stroke came upon me, I wanted to help people. Don't get me wrong,
sure.
stroke people too. And I offered my help, Instagram. I met a lot of stroke people. Um, but my world and life was fitness.
Yeah,
I've been doing fitness, teaching fitness since I'm 19 years old.
right.
So that was the one thing I stuck to for like 30 something years. So I didn't know. So when I started YouTube channel, I
Right.
was putting on makeup and working out, but you know, I don't know. I wasn't too confident in my workout for so many years until 2020 hit.
Okay. So you're saying that
Then
after your stroke, you're saying that
right.
you weren't that confident, but now, I mean,
Oh yeah. But I like you said, it was 8 years after my stroke when my confidence came back.
right.
Now it's back. It's back. Full force. These days I'm not too confident, but I attribute that to the Lord, my God, my family, my friends who support me, and there's a lot of them out there.
Yeah,
It isn't just me. When I say God helped me to get where I am today, somebody said, you can give yourself credit, but God made me. I didn't make me.
right.
So, I give all the credit to God.
Yeah.
He made me. He didn't make me perfect. He made me a little strange, but I'm okay with that.
Oh
you
man,
know,
that's incredible. So what now? I mean, perfect example. What would you tell somebody that's going, like going through a stroke and they're, even if they are new or, um, uh,
many years.
yeah, many years, what would you tell them that are going through? Because you know how tough things could be. I mean, you're you've mentioned everything. So
I'm gonna tell them to never give up. Never give up. There's always hope of
yeah,
improvement. Even like my walking improve, but it's not 100%. And accept yourself as you are today. So never give up and accept yourself as you are today, knowing you will get better tomorrow or the next day. It might be
yeah,
little steps, but then it grows and grows and grows. You're not going to be, I'm not the same person as pre-stroke,
right.
but I accept who I am today. So I was just going to say, you're not going to be who you are, but you possibly can be. So I'm not going to say that. But just accept yourself into the position you're in today and try to do the best that you can. Don't give up. I understand you get tired, you get depressed,
Hmm.
you get sad, you get embarrassed, you say you get angry. Why? But everybody can learn from you. And even you can learn from you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's great advice. I mean, yeah. I mean, everybody's saying it. I mean, great advice, Donna.
Oh,
Thank you for
oh,
thank you
I
guys for being here.
appreciate
And
it.
for those of you that haven't subscribed, please do subscribe to Let's Talk Stroke on my YouTube channel, and also on you have a YouTube channel as well.
Right. The
Go ahead.
DonnAerobics over 40 Fitness. But if you're 39, you can still take my class. And if you're 29, but I see a comment I wanted to address. I appreciate your channel, yours, and I had a stroke at 36 years old. Thank you. I thought I read 36 years ago. Okay, but 36 years old. I had my stroke at 45, so I'm 57. I don't hide my age.
Yeah.
That's for thumb sucking babies. I don't hide my age. I say my age. I don't care. But I'm getting old, you know. Bottom line is I'm getting old. 36, don't give up.
No.
You know, I recommend you work out, walk. If you can't walk, if you can find to a wheelchair, you can do. Okay, so I'm gonna sit back.
Okay.
You
I'll
can
put
do exercise. Okay,
there. You go.
you can do exercise like chair exercise, leg extensions to build up your muscle so that they don't get weak. Um, Pull back your leg,
Yeah.
so your
Hamstring.
hamstring muscles. Um, do upper arms, front shoulders, anterior shoulders, medial delt, posterior delt, shoulder presses, bicep curls, tricep, which is behind your arm. I showed you all the upper body exercise you could do in a chair. So, and even sit ups, you can go down and up, side to side, twist, stretch. You can do it all in the chair. Not, you know, I can't run anymore and I can't jump anymore. You know, I'm limited like you are.
Yeah.
But if you just keep trying, um, Jerry, could you walk?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I can walk. I can't. Here in the house. Can you change light bulb? Well, no, I can't get up on a ladder or something. That's not. You know.
Right. Okay.
But yeah,
Okay.
I can
But
walk.
you,
Walk like a
okay.
penguin, but I walk.
Because, you know, look, I have a background in fitness. So you know, I think I'm ahead of the game. But if I didn't have a fitness background, you know, like most people don't who have a stroke, they get really depressed.
Oh, absolutely.
So I was on Suborta for 6 months after my stroke because I was depressed too. So if you are depressed, don't think twice about going to see a doctor. That could put you on a better path because it put me on a better path. I was anxious, fearful, depressed at times, and fearful. I remember me looking, you know, seeing who's behind me. You know,
Yeah.
it was terrible. But don't get a up. You know,
Yeah.
I know everybody has their own stroke.
They're unique.
Limitations. What?
Every stroke is unique. Everybody's like
Different.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Different.
So, but my right side was affected and my speech was affected. I couldn't talk, but I was determined. Pray to God that He give you courage and strength to move forward because He He you're here for a reason.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You're here for a reason. You
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
There's a comment I put up here from David is asking, do you mentor?
I could, but yeah, yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
You
Um,
know, I look so dark compared to you, Jerry. I'm just noticing that.
well, you know what? I my blinds are open and the sun is like beating me here. So
Wow.
so no. I mean,
Okay.
you look great.
Yeah.
Trust me. This
Oh,
is
thank you.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's yeah. So there you go. I
And
see.
and thank you so much for you know, I tried to get in touch with him around 2 years ago, but it wasn't the right time. Now is the right time. I believe there's no coincidences. I believe God has a path for me, you,
Yeah.
Jerry, and all your audience. I believe that He's
Yeah.
got a path. But as long as you do the right thing and serve people, I'm big into serving people. And like I said, I if I was married and I didn't have to worry about bills,
Sure.
or I would teach for free,
Yeah.
because I basically did teach for free all my life. You
Right.
know,
Yeah. Yeah.
it
Th-
wasn't like you know,
Yeah. I understand.
richness.
Yeah.
You know,
Now, right here it says, Serena's asking, was your eyesight affected?
no, no, I never
Okay.
noticed that.
That's yeah. Now, would you I would love asking this question because I know how I am. It's a lot of other people. When you're going, like, okay, you're gonna go to the store or walk somewhere, do you think, okay, there could be some rocks in the road, or they could be, I mean, you gotta look down. You're just not gonna, I don't know how your ankle is, and you said you drag your foot here and there. So are you prepared to go outside and just, you know,
Yeah, you're talking to Donna here. Are you ready?
yeah,
So she's talking anything. As a matter of fact, look, I fell a couple of times. I was riding my bicycle even. Right. So I was going to AA meetings. I didn't have a car because I lost my car because I got my license taken away
yeah,
from, DWI in 2009.
thanks a
This
lot.
is before. Yeah, and so 2011, after my stroke, I was determined to, stay sober and fix my life. And I was riding a bike, bringing it up the stairs, carrying it up. I don't know how I did it, Terry.
Wow.
I was carrying it up the stairs to the train, and I got it on the train. But luckily, I didn't fall at that time. But when I was going grocery shopping, I used to go grocery shopping on my bike. The handlebars had my bags. After my stroke, and
Wow.
I fell one day. I fell and
Yeah.
I couldn't get up. And I called my friend, and he came and got me. But yeah, and walking my dog in Puerto Rico. I was living by myself 8 months after my stroke. My
Right.
father wanted me out of the house, so I had to get an apartment eight
Right.
months after my stroke, and I did. Uh, and then I got another apartment. Then I was getting into debt, and I wanted to move to Puerto Rico on my own. Systematically, I was able to systemize it.
Sure.
God let me. I prayed to God every day, and I still do. God is my right hand man,
Yeah.
and I ask Him for guidance, and I see how it feels. So, back to your question, I'm not afraid of anything.
No.
Not anything. I'm not afraid to go outside. I walk my dog, and he's pulled me at times, and um, my shoe flipped up and I fell right down. So, what's a fall? I don't know.
Yeah.
But if you fall and hit your head, it's not good.
No. I know. Broke my hip tripping over,
Oh
stroke
my.
stroke. You know.
Oh, oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah. That was more painful than anything, but that's not me. But it's you. But I'm
Wow.
glad you. I mean, you've completely got out of the funk, from when it first happened. And I mean,
Yes.
you like just to bring it back, you celebrate those little victories, those little wins, because like you said, you did a little bigger, and it does get better. I mean, you may not
It
think so.
doesn't get Yes, it does get better. And go back to the beginning of my channel. There was days I was you would say she had a stroke, and there was days where you know I had a stroke.
Yeah.
So go back to the beginning because I left it, but I didn't record. Did you record when you were in the hospital? I wasn't into that.
No, because 12 years ago, we're both about the
Yeah,
same type.
right,
Yeah. So then I don't think like my wife or no one wanted to record me because it was a devastating time in
right,
their life too.
right,
So I think,
right. Yeah,
but I see a lot of people doing that, and I have some therapy ones, and I'm doing that now, a lot of therapy stuff, but because
oh,
then I can
okay,
see what I am doing
right,
wrong and what I'm doing right, and it makes a difference. When I see myself, and like you said, you still, and I know I still too, a bit of aphasia. So I went
yes,
to speech therapy, and they recorded me. And when I listen to myself, I go, "Oh my gosh, I shouldn't even talk anymore,"
no,
right?
I know. Well, you're a man, so yeah, I, I don't know, we're both human beings, but a man intends to. So you're doing incredible, Jerry. You're
Well,
doing
thank you.
incredible.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
people don't see the inside of the head. They don't see me trying to, they don't see the inner workings of who I am. And like you too, I'm sure you have your moments. I have my moments, and
right.
um, but
Yeah,
you have a
definitely.
good person around you on your side. God's taking care of you and it's making a huge difference. And
And my dog. I
yeah,
have a dog.
the
Zuzi. Zuzi's sleeping. Oh, say so back to God guiding me to Puerto Rico. My aunt even said to me, "You're moving to Puerto Rico? Aren't you scared?" And I said, "No, I'm not. I don't know.
yeah,
I just feel good about my decision. And I cleaned out one closet at a time and drawers at a time. And I packed up and drew out. I was very systematic when I thought about it. And I booked a ticket. It was 6 months before, and I figured it all out. And when I was on a plane with my dog, I said, "This is happening for real." I said, "Oh my
yeah.
God,
What kind of dog?
a Cocker Spaniel."
Oh, okay, okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone has been asked that, so
Oh, okay.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah, Cocker
She's
Spaniel.
so, yeah, Cocker Spaniel. And I think with him too, because my daughter said, "Why don't you get an animal?" I said, "Me? I can't take care of myself."
Right,
She
right.
said, because I was going crazy, but I was talking to Alexa and Siri, my vacuum, and she said, "Ma," she rolled her eyes and she said, "Why don't you get an animal?" So I said, "All right, maybe." And I got that dog when he was 8 weeks old, and that dog got me stronger too.
Yeah, oh,
I
yeah,
don't want to root out that the dog gave me courage, because he was my physical companion,
yeah,
you know, and I don't think I could fly without him. I use him as a service dog.
right,
So he comes on the plane, he goes everywhere, to New York with me, you know.
right. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
so, I look, I'm not happy I got a stroke, but I'm happy I had a stroke because
I know you
it taught me so much.
right, absolutely. I know. There's Bear Hope, thanks for being here, and then, he's asking a question there, does your tongue ever feel heavy when you talk? That's interesting.
Wow. Does your tongue ever feel heavy when you talk? Okay, I'm gonna twist that comment around, the question around, because you think I talk too much? No,
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 I
my
think it's talking in general with all three,
no, my tongue never feels heavy. But um, you know,
That's
one
good.
question I got from the stroke warrior group, does your stroke, ever give you pain? And I think I was working out so much that I never felt pain from my stroke. but I do feel a little pain on my right side
Yeah,
now that, but my tongue, no, doesn't feel heavy. I
yeah, yeah,
answer his question.
yeah. This is
Okay.
let's pull this up here. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are making comments, asking questions here. Um, I hear you about the dog. She's my company. It makes me get up and walk her to the door all day.
Right.
Way to go, Serena and David. Donna's in Puerto Rico. Yeah, but pretty. Thank you for and Brooke. Nice to see you here. But yeah, so well, any other? I'm so glad I got your name now right. I am Eddie. So that's great. Absolutely, David. Wonderful smile you have. Um,
Oh, thank you.
yeah,
Thank you. But don't give up. I thought that Rand said that he was 36 years sober. I don't know how long I got here on this earth, but as long as I do have here, I'm going to keep moving forward. Um, so don't give up. Even if you got a stroke 10, 12,
yeah,
15 years ago or 2 days ago, it's going to get better. And you have to accept your current state, condition, and look to improve it. And I'm available to speak to, you just message me anyway, like you said, on my Instagram, Facebook, DonnAerobics Fitness or DonnAerobics. You will find me. I will answer any of your questions,
yeah.
you know.
And if you do contact Donna, I always want to say is make sure just to mention because there's a lot of scammers out there. Make sure you just say you saw it on this show, or even not. You just tell. I guess Donna can tell you if you're a scammer or not. I don't know. But
Yeah,
anyway, yeah,
yeah,
good to see these positive. You are exactly. I appreciate your positive mindset. Thank you for saying that, and I appreciate you all um, being here, asking questions, and making comments. It's so good to get involved with everybody. It really is pretty awesome.
yeah.
So, any last words? I mean, we can be going on and on. This is great. I'm so happy that you're um, intro by my name, David Caps. Yeah, but so yeah, I appreciate you doing this. This is terrific.
Yeah, I appreciate you doing this too, and good luck to you with this um
Oh, me?
channel. Yeah,
Yeah, no, we've been doing it for it's me. It sounds like it's a big deal, a big company thing. Yeah, and I love right here, Myomo. They're such a great company. If you ever looked into the Myo Pro, it's a great piece of equipment. But anyway, thank you for being here. Even thank you for the ones like Angela and Ann being in the background there. I see you down there. Um, Appreciate it. I wish you could have been up here on this side to make comments, but that's okay. I'm sure you'll hear from
yeah,
Donna here and there, or yeah. But
yeah. They're my clients, so
awesome,
that's okay. Thank you for making my friends feel, welcome. Thank
absolutely.
you.
That's
Yeah,
yeah. Even your niece. I'm glad she was here too. That was
yeah.
awesome. Um, I know I do too, Zane. Nice comments here. But thank you guys for
You
being
know,
here, and this is pretty awesome. Any last words you want to speak out there? I know you're so
oh,
special.
I want to thank my family and kids, and you know, and for all they do for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Great family. Older kids. I
Yeah.
mean, who would knew? Who knew with you? I mean, two
I
kids and
still look 18.
yeah, absolutely. Looking
No,
18.
I'm yeah, I'm
That's
only
awesome.
kidding.
Well, I can't wait to see how this I'm over 40, so I'm 61. I'd love to take
All
that
right.
class of yours, but I don't know if I can handle it. I think like you, I have subluxation in the shoulder, where it kind of
Uh,
feels separated.
right. Oh wow.
It's
Do you work out?
Oh, look, come on, can't you tell? Just
Yeah.
kidding. I do.
Oh,
I go to. I believe it or not, I still go to. Yeah, 61, Vivian. But yeah, I go to therapy still 2 days a week.
oh wow.
Yeah, 12
Wow.
years later, and I still go. I have I mean, months off, but with my wife's
Right.
insurance, I go.
Right. 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 Oh
Because
wow.
you get complacent, and so
Well, yeah.
they push you.
Well, oh, yeah.
Well,
Well,
me,
yeah. 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 Yeah.
yeah,
Because I'm a trainer, so that's why God, it's helping me out.
yeah,
I decided to train myself.
yeah.
You know, and I appreciate you being me on your show. And yeah.
Absolutely. And again, if anybody has missed it, it is on YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, um, Twitch. Um, I see the comment there, Angela. Aha, Donna is the best.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you, Angela.
that's awesome. The little private chat. Um, uh, yeah. So anyway, yeah. Well, yeah. Thank you guys for being here, and I really appreciate. I really thank you too. Um, to be here and share your story. I mean, and someone else made the comment too, and I apologize, I forgot who said it, but it isn't, when you look back, it's an emotional time in our lives, when we go through this and you're thinking, but it's like, I
Yeah.
don't want to say better that you had the stroke. What's that? There's a saying that you're a stronger person, um,
Right.
and now you appreciate things probably, I don't know, for me, a little more, a lot more.
Right. Oh, yeah. We meet you a lot more, but there's some people who don't come out of it.
No.
Well, not everybody as positive as you and I, and that's the ones I want to help
Yes.
because they can get from point A to point B with a little effort, prayer, and help.
Yes, absolutely. I appreciate that. Yeah. Chai, thanks for being here too. Cool show. Thank you. Appreciate that. Oh, well, good. You guys have a great rest of your day. And I know I just see Ann, and I have to just mention since they're in the background here, Ann and Angela. So that's
Okay.
awesome.
Hi, Ann, and hi, Angela. Thank you for coming.
Yeah,
Thank you all for coming.
absolutely. And again, how to get a hold of Donna. Probably just type your name in. It probably just pops up everywhere.
Well, I'm just sharing my website now
Oh, perfect, perfect.
and YouTube.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking at the comments too. Yeah. Okay. Well, good. Well, have a great rest of your day, and we'll definitely, obviously, be in touch. And your positive
Good.
attitude needs to be back on here to give everybody that push that they need. Right.
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So definitely, I'll reach out to you to do that.
Well, if you want, we can do a half hour chair class, free, complimentary.
Wow. Look at this.
You know?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I just thought about that. So
Yeah.
yeah, God put that thought in my mind. It
Yeah.
wasn't me.
Woohoo.
So
Good. All right.
yeah.
Thank you, Anne. Love the show, she said. Okay.
One second.
Oh,
One second.
the dog. Here comes the dog.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll put you full.
Because he got up. He got up. So the
No.
dog.
Oh, look, the doll. I'm going to pull you full screen there just so we can see. There we are.
Hi.
Look at you.
Hi. Hi.
Wow.
The dog.
Oh,
The dog is in some videos too. Some
really?
of my
Okay.
YouTube
Awesome.
videos, yeah.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
so cool. Thank you, man. Well,
Okay.
cool. All right. Well, we'll chat with you guys later, and really appreciate it. This has been real fun.
Thank you so much, Jerry.
Absolutely.